From the NewsChannel 5 network, this is Titans Talk.
Hey there, Titans Talk on your television. Steve Lehman here with you. Glad you are here with us on this Monday night. A victorious Monday night. Victory Monday, so to speak, for the Tennessee Titans. A huge win on Sunday. Maybe the biggest one we can remember in recent history for the Titans, going to Kansas City and winning 19-17. I want to hear from you guys tonight. 737-7767, the number. Your reaction to that game yesterday, because it was something. I mean, first off, you talk about the setting. Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, one of the loudest environments in the National Football League. You talk about the conditions. Kickoff temperature 1 degree. 1. Wind chill -9. Just brutal, frigid temperatures in a hostile environment. Then you talk about the start to the game. Titans give up a touchdown early. Tyreek Hill look like they're going to answer, but Rashard Matthews fumbles into the end zone. Chiefs recover and run it out to midfield and then score a couple of plays later. All of a sudden, it's down 14-0 that quickly. And you start to wonder if the result is going to be as bitter as the chill in Kansas City. It did not look good early on, but this Titans team, as we've seen time and time again this year, just continues to believe and continues to play. And they stuck with the game plan. They ran the ball effectively yesterday. Once again, with DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry, 148 yards on the ground. Marcus Mariota completed balls when he needed to, especially late in the game. And the defense, after a bit of that slow start, really clamped down. They pitched a shutout in the second half of this game. And what's kind of become the calling card for Dick LeBeau's defense has been their ability to stop people in the red zone. And we saw that again yesterday. 4 trips inside the 20 for Kansas City. And they got 1 touchdown. Couple trips, they got inside the 10-yard line and walked away with nothing. You had the goal line stand in the second quarter where they just stuffed Spencer Ware 3rd and 4th and goal from the 1-yard line and get the ball back to the offense. And then in the third quarter, LaShawn Sims makes a terrific play to intercept a ball from Alex Smith in the end zone. Titans walk away giving up no points in either of those situations. And they also had some adversity in the fourth quarter, too. You get the touchdown that looks like it should be the tying touchdown. But the Titans elect to go for 2. Try to take the lead right there with 3:12 to go. And the play was essentially doomed from the start. It was incomplete. And so you're down 17-16. After all of that work and everything you had to do to get back in the game, you're still down with 3 minutes to go. You had no timeouts. The only way the Titans could stop the clock was the 2-minute warning. But the defense comes right out and forces a quick 3-and-out and gives Marcus Mariota and the offense a chance with 1:07 to go. And they made the most of it. Ryan Suckup capping off the drive with a 53-yard field goal, which had to be like just kicking a brick in the freezing temperatures. I mean, as cold as it was, that football had to feel like a frozen brick. And Suckup is standing essentially at midfield. He had told coaches before the game that based off of the conditions, anything longer than 48 or 49 yards was going to be a real challenge. Here's a guy whose career long was 54 yards. And you send him out there with 5 seconds left, down by 1, asking for a 53-yarder. in about as bad of conditions as you can imagine for a kicker. Certainly in a clutch spot like that. And Mike Mularkey said today, look, what was the line to get to before we even were going to think about sending him out there? He said at 35, it was clear we were going to try. We didn't have much of a better option. But then you kind of ask the follow-up of, well, all right, 35-yard line, you're going to give it a try. At what point do you feel it's just worthless to try and you don't have it? And he said, I don't know, probably still would have done it if we got to the 36. But, you know, you point to the play before that, Delaney Walker, he catches the ball with a knee on the ground, basically at the 40-yard line. And he showed the presence of mind to get up off the ground, avoid the tackle, and get a few more yards to get down to the 35. They needed every inch. And if he just catches that ball and goes down, they can't kick it right there. It's probably a Hail Mary at that point to the end zone. But Walker does his job, gets them to the 35, gives Mike Mularkey the decision, and he shows the faith in Suckup to send him out there and kick. And man, it must have been a long night to be Andy Reid, because he calls timeout, which is the in vogue thing to do when you have a kicker trying to tie the game or win the game at the end. If you have timeouts, you call the timeout because you want to ice them. First off, I don't think anybody in that stadium needed any icing yesterday. It was cold enough. They didn't need any more time to wait. But here's the thing. If you're Andy Reid or any coach, if you're going to call the timeout and you're convinced that you can get in his head or make him think about it for a little bit, okay, that's fine. First off, I think kickers are thinking about it all the time. I mean, Suckup had to have been sitting on the sideline from the moment they missed the two-point conversion, thinking, all right, well, if the defense gets a stop, the offense is going to try and put me in range, and I'm going to have to kick the game winner here. Certainly once the offense got the ball back, he was kicking over there on the sideline, thinking, I'm going to have to kick the game winner coming up here. So I don't think it's possible to make him think about it any more than he probably already has. But if you're convinced that somehow being out there on the field, that calling the timeout is going to make him think about it more or really feel the pressure in the moment, okay, fine. If that's your belief and you have the timeouts, go for it. But here's the thing. Whatever you do, if you're using that timeout, do not wait until the last possible minute. This seems to be the thing where people wait till they get up to the line, and it's like right before they're about to snap it, you sprint up to the official and try and call timeout before they get it off. Here's the thing, though. When you wait that long, you see what happened yesterday. Bo Brinkley gets a snap. Brett Kern gets a hold. And most importantly, Ryan Suckup gets a kick. He got a free kick to put everything into it, to judge the wind, the conditions, all of that. And he said after the game, look, I felt like I got all of the first kick, and it came up short. If that was live, the Titans lose. Chiefs win the game. It's over. But Andy Reid insisted on calling a timeout, and he waits till the last possible second, and the Titans get that rep. The live game rep with the pressure, so to speak, on, only nullified by a timeout by the opposing coach. And for Suckup, he said, look, I understood at that point that I'd put everything into it and it wasn't far enough. So what I told myself as I sat there during the timeout is, all right, I got to throw all technique aside here and get everything I can into it. It's not about the direction necessarily at this point. It's about putting everything I have into this kick. And lo and behold, when he got the reprieve in the second kick, he crushed it. He absolutely murdered it. Right down the middle. Would have been good from 55 or 56 easily. Got a couple extra yards. And that wins the game. Titans win. Suckup goes back to Kansas City and beats his old team. Titans are tied for first place with the Texans in the division still. control your own destiny, go to Jacksonville, set up a massive game in Week 17. But what a win. What a comeback. Going back to the conditions, the deficit, the comeback, the resolve after the two-point conversion, and the guts of Mike Mularkey, of Ryan Suckup, of this team to figure out how to win. A massive, massive win for the Titans yesterday in Kansas City. 737-7767 is the number. We want to hear from you tonight. Your thoughts on this game, your thoughts on how it went down in Kansas City. And now, what does this mean? What does it mean for the Titans moving forward as we get set for these final couple of games? Phone lines starting to light up a bit. Again, we want to hear from you tonight. 737-7767, the number. We're going to take our first break. Back with more Titans talk right after this on News Channel 5+.